Sir Richard Branson is one of the most charismatic and well-respected leaders of our time. Although he dropped out of school at the age of 16 to start a magazine, he's probably better known for founding the Virgin mail-order record business in 1970 at the age of 20 years old. Since then, he's been responsible for over 100 companies throughout the world. These businesses span from music, travel, communication, banking, health, and leisure, with about 60,000 employees in over 50 countries. In addition to his strong leadership skills, behavior, and ability, Richard Branson is a prime example of a leader with a great amount of confidence and charisma. His personality and charm have given him a special trait, in addition to his confidence and the belief that he is able to accomplish the goals he sets forth. In addition to his record-breaking air and space ventures, he's also the top Twitter user in the United Kingdom. He's the most followed LinkedIn user and the most social CEO in the world, with 5 social networks and over 11.5 million followers. He possesses a unique outlook on leadership and power. He believes that the definition of leadership has taken a more modern approach. There's less power bestowed on one person or job role, and it's now more about a cooperative process where the power and authority is shared among a group with shared interests and goals. Some leaders are more concerned with details, goals, structure, and have more of a production orientation. Others find more of their meaning with being. These relationship-oriented leaders, like Branson, strive for more personal connections. Although both styles are necessary, Richard Branson possesses more of a relationship orientation. He values his employees on a personal level, he's involved in their lives, and finds happiness in their success. He believes in having fun and says there's no point in being in business if it's not fun. Mr. Branson feels employees should fit the corporate culture. He understands that education and experience are required, but he stresses that the most important thing to consider when hiring an employee is their personality fit within the organization. He believes that no company is too large to be concerned with the hiring of staff, and he insists that he be involved with all senior level hiring for his companies, no matter what it takes to have the applicant flown to him. He doesn't care for long presentations. He still believes in conversation and eye contact. A leader needs to be task-oriented as well, and he recognizes that being a leader includes delegating responsibility. When he decided to form the Virgin Atlantic airline, he knew that structure was needed for the operation. He needed to mix the Virgin culture with the regulations of the airline industry. Although strong attention to the production-oriented style of leadership is necessary for reaching this goal, he delegated most of the details and was able to have the Virgin Atlantic airline underway in only 5 months. This exceptional accomplishment shows his unique drive and charismatic approach to recruit and hire the right people for the job and build a relationship that has employees willing to go above and beyond to get the job done.
My name is Ismael Maridega, and I'll be speaking to you about creating a vision. The creation of a vision, Richard Branson's vision, the characteristics of a vision, articulating the vision, how is the vision implemented. Creating a vision. It has been suggested that vision is one of the 7 habits of highly effective people. The creation of a vision starts in the mind of a leader that is able to view a broad picture of ideas that are far beyond the present. It's a mental model that is created in the mind of that visionary leader. Along with these ideas, there will be challenges and adjustments that will take place in order for those ideas to be successful. The leader's vision will be the guiding philosophy that will have a sense of purpose and meaning to the followers. In addition, the leader should be able to visualize the positive outcome that can occur from those ideas in the future and communicate them to its followers. Richard Branson's vision started as a 16-year-old when he created his first business, which was a student magazine. Nevertheless, his vision did not stop there. He has been able to visualize much greater ideas for the future and communicated those ideas successfully to his followers, which have turned into successful businesses. He has said that his vision is constantly changing, and so is his business. Being able to change or adjust his ideas as the global markets have changed has proven to be a testament of the ability and traits of a leader in the visionary person that he is. Being able to be flexible with his ideas and approach to different industries has enabled him to offer to consumer goods and services in a way that others haven't done in the past. There are five different characteristics that will take place in creating a vision. The first will be the pictures. This will entail providing a broad information of those future ideas to the followers and inspiring them to get on board with the idea. Being able to portray the ideas effectively and motivating the followers will be significant because the followers need to be drawn to the idea in the present in order for them to play their part in bringing the idea to fruition. Change will be the second characteristics. This represents change represents the status quo in an organization which will lead to a positive future. Something that is very common in Richard Branson is that he has come into different industries and turned them upside down and has made a positive difference in the way those industries run. Doing things different and inspiring others to pursue a new way of doing things is not popular at times, and a leader will find resistance. Nevertheless, change is what has made way for innovation to occur in different industries. The next characteristic is values. Vision is grounded in values. The leader needs to portray his or her own values and take in consideration the values of others in the organization. Being able to clarify the values of the vision will inspire others with the same values to pursue the vision. The next thing or next characteristics will be map. Having a map of the vision will provide a path to follow, which gives a clear guidance of the follower to the followers. It provides a sense of security and assurance that the vision is on the right path. The last characteristic is challenge. This characteristic is about transcending the status quo and in doing something that others will benefit from. Mr. Branson's challenge has been to create enterprises which will enhance lives of others that come in contact with his goods and services. I will be talking to you now about articulating the vision and how is the vision implemented. Richard Branson's philosophy in articulating the vision is based on simplicity. As a person that grew up with dyslexia, simplicity was a necessity. Mr. Branson believes that keeping things simple is a challenge with many business leaders. He believes that the art of being clear and simple is something that everyone you associate with will benefit. Articulating the vision requires choosing the right language. It is very important for the leader to have a vision, but is far more important for the idea to be communicated and explained correctly. The leader should communicate the vision by adapting the vision to his or her audience. The leader should be able to use words and symbols that will motivate and inspire. When implementing the vision, the leader needs to walk the walk, meaning that the leader by example must model to others the attitude, values, behavior set forth in the vision.
One of the styles that Richard Branson incorporates into his company is achievement-oriented leadership. The textbook states that these are leaders who challenge and push employees to excel to higher levels of success. Sir Richard Branson has managed to incorporate a corporate culture known as the Virgin Way into his company. This basically states that employees must be motivated all the time, as well as be innovative. They aren't allowed to just slack off at work or be unmotivated or look at their jobs as a burden. Mr. Branson makes employees aware of this as soon as they're hired. He has them sign consent forms that introduces the topic of the Virgin Way, and he makes sure that employees understand and are fully capable of following this corporate culture. The textbook also states that achievement-oriented leaders establish a high standard of excellence and seek continuous improvement through their company. In addition to expecting a lot from subordinates, leaders also show a high degree of confidence that people can attain these challenging goals. Through his extrinsic and intrinsic motivation, Sir Richard Branson has managed to create a successful culture in Virgin, also a successful company with profits moving upwards in the last coming years. Through his transformational style and his charismatic leadership, he's also managed to gain employees' trust and loyalty. Virgin is known as a Fortune 500 company, and they're in several industries such as entertainment, the airlines industry, telecommunications, and even the beverage industry. Mr. Branson is constantly communicating with upper management to have an idea of how day-to-day activities are flowing. He likes to be very involved in his organizations and is always communicating with managers and supervisors and directors to make sure each department is running efficiently. Branson also emphasizes a fun work environment where employees are able to be creative and productive. Like I said, efficiency is very important as Virgin is incorporated into different industries. The upper management hiring process is also very important. Mr. Branson wants to make sure that he hires the correct managers and supervisors and directors. He wants to hire people that are able to motivate lower level employees and are able to get the job done. Everybody has a different leadership style. Mr. Branson looks for this as employees are being evaluated and being interviewed. The Virgin Group also emphasizes good judgment. They want to be able to hire the right employees for the company, and they want to hire qualified upper management.
In any team environment, there are always going to be out-group members who may be disconnected from the group or not fully engaged in the ultimate goals. Mr. Branson understands that it can be difficult to keep the workforce focused and motivated. A leader must listen to all members of the group, especially those who feel they are not fully included. Additionally, they must be empathetic and genuinely show caring while listening to these particular employees. Recognizing the contributions of these members and pointing out their value is one way to overcome these obstacles. Richard Branson understands these issues, and he's been known to hold meetings for employees where they were encouraged to talk and share their feelings about particular subjects. He shows a genuine concern for the future of his employees as well as his company's. Branson believes that encouraging team members to leave their comfort zone and embrace new ideas is one way to learn as well as to achieve results. When you look at him, he just has a way of making all his employees feel like they're part of the team.
Clarifying norms. A leader must be able to set the tone. Setting the tone requires a leader to provide structure, clarify norms, build cohesiveness, and promote standards of excellence. In Richard Branson's Rules to Becoming a Great Leader, he mentions companies who build offices where employees in different departments can run into each other in the halls. Branson believes that this helps promote communication among all levels of the company. Clarifying norms are a vital component of an employee's performance and effectiveness. It is important that employees understand what is expected of them at all times. Leaders have an enormous impact on developing norms. This can positively affect the entire company. It is important that these norms help the group function better. You want to make sure that your team is as effective as possible. Branson states that employees need to feel engaged at work. At Virgin Group, employees are encouraged to take advantage of flexible work hours, which include working from home, and offering tax incentives for employees who want to bike to work. Branson also relies on employee surveys, conversations, and referrals to help keep employees happy, which will in turn raise performance and effectiveness. My philosophy is put your employees first, your customers second, and your investors third, and in the end, everyone will be happy. Richard Branson. Building cohesiveness is essentially the glue that holds the puzzle together. Having cohesiveness has been linked to higher participation and group interaction. A leader can do many things to ensure that a group builds cohesiveness. Some of these include creating a climate of trust, help individuals achieve individual goals, and allow group members to share the leadership responsibilities. Richard Branson's 3 most important leadership principles are listening, learning, and laughter, and show how employees are a team and how he is genuinely interested in their input and opinions.
Thank you, Courtney. Now let's take a look at how Mr. Branson handles conflict. When it comes to handling conflict, you have to be an effective communicator, and that is what Mr. Branson just is. Mr. Branson believes clear communication is critical for a long-lasting relationship, whether it's with suppliers, employees, or customers. He believes that engaging in business in a positive, inclusive manner will be far more productive than an aggressive, negative, or combative approach. He stated in one of his books, Like a Virgin, the best way to approach any type of conflict is with less aggression and more determination. Anyone can negotiate competitively, but without using aggression. As we know, there are different styles when it comes to handling conflict. In Chapter 9, you'll see Thomas Kilmann developed a model addressing the many different conflict styles. We feel that Mr. Branson falls into the collaborating category, as you'll see on the chart on the right. This category requires a high mix of assertiveness and cooperativeness. Mr. Branson is a cooperative leader. He believes that nice guys can finish first. This is why we feel he shows more of the cooperative dimension of the model when it comes to dealing with conflict. His approach to conflict is definitely more collaborative than anything else. His colleagues will also tell you he's an active listener and very flexible. He stated being able to listen to other people and accept their suggestions that are better than his has served him well during his 40 years in business. Now let's look at a topic that goes hand in hand with handling conflict, and that is negotiation. Mr. Branson doesn't believe in ruthlessness. He still feels that you can be strong without being aggressive. He stated being ruthless is counterproductive when it comes to negotiation. He's also known for stating that if you want to gain repeat business, people tend to come back and do more business with you if they feel they have done well with you. Even though he may appear passive in his style of negotiation, Mr. Branson still lives by an old saying from former President Theodore Roosevelt: speak softly and carry a big stick, you will go far. His last piece of advice for negotiation is to remove the words no, never, and impossible from your business dictionary. If you haggle, everything is negotiable. And lastly, when it comes to negotiation, and what makes Richard separate from other leaders, is he's a relationship builder. That's where the collaborating side of his conflict handling style comes into play. He's known to say it's so much more rewarding to build a healthy rapport than to find yourself in a constant battle.